Game's in the Admiral refrigerator. The door is closed, the lights out. Butter's getting hard, the eggs are cooling, and the jello is jiggling.
Welcome back to Select Start Fantasy Basketball. Thank you again for making McShay a small part of your day. Playoffs are here. The long season is now behind us. Now let's get all of our fantasy managers prepared for a highly productive and hopefully championship fulfilling fantasy postseason. Once again, Nye from Manager One has decided to grace us with his championship level fantasy insights. Although I am a little salty that my squad was defeated by your super powerful team.
You know, it's all good. We're all striving to win a fantasy championship. There are much bigger games on the horizon, and you know, I have a feeling we're both going to be a part of that.
True indeed. We here at Select Star Fantasy Sports have a mantra. You can't win unless you're in. Together, let's make that final championship push. Let's take a look at our Week 18 waiver wire playoff selections. Kim Birch of the Tampa Bay Raptors is available in 90% of leagues. Birch will provide a consistent effort on both ends of the court. A high motor player who's going to be extremely aggressive on the glass and give you great pick and roll action on offense. Just as Tampa needed a player like Birch to bolster its front court rotation, Birch needed a situation like the one the Raptors presented to unlock what he is capable of becoming.
And yeah, you hit it. He's a player. He's an enforcer type player. He's going to do the dirty work, the points, the rebounds. The points aren't really going to be there, but if you can get some points out of Kim Birch, he has a really, really good upside. The rebounds are trending green. The blocks are there. He can give you a few assists and steals, and the minutes have been consistent. I like what he provides as a consistent part of a lineup. Not really a guy you hold on to, but you can get him the day of in any type of day-to-day league. For a pick'em league, he only does have 2 games this week, but I would trend towards playing him against Brooklyn.
Birch has provided great energy off the bench, but he started Toronto's last 2 games against the Magic and the Spurs. Whether or not Nurse elects to keep Birch within the starting lineup or have him come off the bench, it's evident what you're going to get from him every single night. Jalen Brunson of the Dallas Mavericks is available in 90% of leagues. A champion with Villanova, Jalen Brunson is emerging as a solid second-round steal for the Mavericks. He's an underrated part of the Mavs' success and is the engine of the second unit, with career-high averages of 12 points, 4 boards, and 3 assists, with almost a steal per game. Tolerable numbers for fantasy leagues with 12 or more teams. Jalen Brunson doesn't have a ton of upside when the Mav stars are healthy.
Yeah, and you hit it right there on the head. When Kristaps and Luka are in the lineup, he tends to kind of, when you take a look at his heat map over the last week, you know, it's a lot of yellow. But a lot of yellow can be a very good player. The points, the rebounds, the assists, they're all pretty good. But when Kristaps or Luka leaves the floor for a night, then you see some of those categories shoot green. And with Dallas having a back-to-back this week, I'm looking at Jalen Brunson as a potential pickup during the week to play and potentially get a good night out of. You know, he's not a player you're going to have to hold on to. And you're all looking for those players that, you know, you can drop and be versatile with your lineup. Jalen Brunson provides you with that opportunity. And if Kristaps or if Luka is going to miss one of their games this week, Jalen Brunson becomes a highly sought-after streamer.
The guard is a son of a former New York Knickerbocker, so it's no surprise that the Knicks have had their eye on future free agent Jalen Brunson, whose father was also an assistant coach with the Bulls and the Timberwolves. Isaiah Stewart of the Detroit Pistons is available in 88% of leagues. A recurring theme in the NBA so far this season has been the rebounding of Detroit Pistons rookie Isaiah Stewart. Specifically, that he cleans the glass better than any rookie in recent memory. That theme continued on Friday night in a 110-104 win over Oklahoma City, as the former Husky big man hauled in an NBA record 21 NBA rookie record, 21 boards to go along with 15 points and 2 blocks. The young big man has averaged 26 minutes per game and has produced 15 points, 14 rebounds, and almost 2 blocks over his last 3 outings.
Yeah, with Isaiah Stewart, I think you're getting a good player, another points, rebounds type of player who can give you blocks and contribute to the other stat categories. His minutes have been trending up. They've been resting Miles Plumlee, more and more as the season ends, and I only think that continues. I think Isaiah Stewart is primed to be a league winner moving forward. This is a guy who can give you, solid production with the points, but the rebound totals are what, drives that engine. And in a game pick league, I'm looking at that game against Cleveland to start the week next week as a prime opportunity to play Isaiah Stewart and get a very, very good number. In any other, league format, he's a very, very solid play moving forward. I only see good things coming from Isaiah Stewart coming for the rest of the year.
Isaiah Stewart has shown that it's time for the Motor City franchise to commit to all of its young guys in its current franchise rebuild. Stewart is Dennis Rodman and Bill Laimbeer, all wrapped up in one. Rough and tough. Bad boy effort will never be a problem with Isaiah Stewart. Cole Anthony of the Orlando Magic is available in over 70% of leagues. The son of Greg is back. Since returning from his injury last week, Anthony has played in 24 minutes per game in 5 games, averaging 11 points per game and shooting 40% from the floor overall, including just 13% from deep. Taking a deep dive into the metrics for Cole Anthony will not instill the greatest of confidence. From a raw statistical basis, even if he's not putting up ground-shaking numbers, Anthony is not having a terrible rookie year. There are only 6 rookies who are scoring more points per game than Anthony at this point in the season. Impressive for the 15th pick in the draft.
Yeah, and when you talk about Cole Anthony, this is an upside pick, but I think this is an upside pick with a solid floor. Cole Anthony is going to give you good point production. The rebounds, he might give you a few of those, but the assist totals are going to trend in the green direction. They won't go lower than yellow, so you can expect 5 or 6 assists a game. But he's well equipped to give you double-digit assists. If he can give you anything in the steals department and keep the turnovers down, the minutes are only going to go up. And if he can do the combination of all that, you're looking at a player who's definitely a league winner moving forward, a guy that you can hold on to as you make your run throughout the playoffs. Cole Anthony is a guy, if I have a bye this week, I'm looking towards the future, and Cole Anthony could be a part of a championship team.
So true. The Cole Anthony heat map does not accurately reflect how he can affect your playoff roster. The Magic organization just needs to keep putting him in situations where he can grow and develop not only his shooting, but his court vision and point guard ability. All a natural learning experience for a rookie. This week's McShay of the day is Darius Bazley of the Oklahoma City Thunder. He is available in over 65% of leagues in the Sleeper mobile app. Making his 4th straight start after an extended injury absence, Bazley played 34 minutes and was once again aggressive on the offensive end. Attempting 18 field goals for the 2nd straight game, Bazley's struggles from beyond the arc continued, as he's now a combined 2 of 18 from deep over the last 3 contests. The young forward has looked explosive since his return, as he is averaging 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists per game. He should continue to produce top 60 fantasy numbers the rest of the way.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. I think Darius Bazley, if he's available in your league, is a must-add. He's a points, rebounds type of guy, a double-double waiting to happen. Like many other players, we want to see contributions, especially given his length, maybe a few blocks or, a few blocks a game, a steal a game, something like that would do a lot for his fantasy value moving forward. But just as a baseline, just as a floor, Darius Bazley is going to have a very comfortable floor. This team is a young team who's looking to develop their young players, and Bazley is one of those young athletic players they're developing. And I think moving forward throughout the rest of the year, Darius Bazley is going to trend in the right direction when it comes to minutes. He's already in a very firm spot, but the points, the rebounds are going to be there. Now, can we get a little bit more efficient and make this a league winner?
Darius Bazley is worth a look as a reliable source of counting stats with the rebuilding effort in full swing in Oklahoma City. But his efficiency and lack of defensive stats make it hard to trust him as anything more than a playoff plug and play. All of the Select Start Fantasy Basketball socials and links for Sleeper and our merch can be located in the description below. For weekly content, sub the channel. To be on the drop, click the notification bell. Do you need playoff advice? Hit us up in the comments. For Nye with Manager One and Select Start Fantasy Sports, have a wonderful first round of your playoffs. I am Jay McShay. Have a good night and a good day.
This game's in the Admiral refrigerator. The door is closed, the lights out. Butter's getting hard, the eggs are cooling, and the Jell-O is jiggling.